Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. And, of course, Amen Thompson. Many wonder how they'll do it without him. We'll find out.
Yeah, that move was all about the long-term horizon for them. I know it's a little shocking how different this team looks, but given some time, I think things will come together.
And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant. But even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Going inside. Oh, Covington with a block. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Pass to Lillard. Now Jokic. And Jokic throws it down.
Yeah, he's not exactly a highlight reel dunker, but you love to see Jokic throw it down.
Here's Billups. Banked it in off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Covington. Lillard into the lane. There's the drive. Rebounded by Johnson.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Bulls. Pass to Jokic. Here's the three. The shot misses.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Here's Billups. Kicks it out to Jackson. Johnson for three. The offensive rebound. Second shot opportunity. Here's Billups. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
And here's Chicago, trailing by 2. And picked 20th back in 2021. Jalen Johnson might end up being the steal of that draft, Coach.
Well, look, Brian, when we see guys take a big jump like Johnson has, it's usually because they have shot the ball better like he has. He's really blossomed during his third year and still has plenty of room to grow.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Here's Johnson. Great D that time from Jokic.
Well, they know he can finish at the rim, but the defense did just enough to force the miss.
They still need this. No good. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson. Pacers leading by 4. Here's Murray. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible. Well, when he takes off, Murray can put on a show in the air.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Earlier I spoke with Rick Carlisle. He said Nikola Jokic is so intelligent. He said we know the offense is going to run through him. So all we can do is mix up our looks defensively. And then at the other end of the floor, make him work on defense. Try to wear him out a little bit. Guys?
Thank you for that, Allie. Now here's Coulibaly. He's scoreless. Here's Garland. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Lillard outside. Oh, he took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. Instead, he'll shoot free throws.
Well, as a defender, there's only so much you can do when Jokic gets the ball inside.
And, Coach, such a unique player, multiple-time MVP Nikola Jokic. How do you defend this guy?
Well, Brian, if I knew that, everybody in the league would be trying to hire me because no one has found an answer for Nikola Jokic. He can just beat you in so many ways. If you're going to double-team him, he's going to create wide-open shots and even layups for his teammates. If you're going to leave him single-covered, he's going to score. There's nothing this guy can't do on a basketball court.
I love how they've attacked the boards here in the first quarter.
And he's going for the lob. Ooh, they pick off the pass. To the left wing. From deep, Jokic. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Jokic has got 8.
And that time, Jokic having the play created for him. And he obliges with the bucket.
Call will be against Jaren Jackson. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
Jabari Smith.
1 second left. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Indiana ahead, up by 3. And we'll get this.
11.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Pacers so far, guys.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Here's Lillard. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space. Wow. Smith going for a slam. He wants everyone to know that he's arrived.
To the right side. Lillard outside. Back to Jokic. 5 on the clock. Up and over Smith. Rebounded by Johnson.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Here's Phillips. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. Damian Lillard picks one up. Indiana shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. And the first one at the line is good. Well, the last time the Bulls won a playoff series was back in 2015, Grant.
That was back when Butler and Rose were their leading scorers. And it just shows you just how long it's been. But they've been stuck in mediocrity ever since. And right now, they are desperate for a breakthrough season.
And we'll have a timeout called by Billy Donovan. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. So both teams changing it up here. The Bulls trail by 4. To the paint. Here's Jordan. Pacers with a rebound. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie.
Did you guys see that? What an insane slam.
Yeah, and you got to have some hang time to pull that off. Garland looking around. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Garland's got 6.
Well, if you give Garland even the slightest lane, you can be sure that he's going to take it right to the rim.
Here's Jordan. It's tipped. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Now the Pacers on the move. Just bullies his way in. Lauri Markkanen
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
Murray up top. Back to Jordan. Who poked away. Gets 2-on-1. Garland for three. And he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
Something else that stands out is how they've gotten out in transition. Their speed has kept the defense on their heels. They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well. And you can see Smith has the vision. Now, it'll be interesting to watch that part of his game continue to develop.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Both teams will make substitutions. 3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Jokic the screen. For three, here's Lillard. Look at Lillard, making it look easy.
Lillard gets so much lift on his three-pointers, it's almost effortless how he shoots.
Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
And it's Jokic missing. And it's Indiana's ball. They're on a 14-5 run. To the inside. A nice shot by Smith. Smith's got 6.
The D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
It's Jokic, high post. Now the Pacers on the move. Murray's shot is good.
They've now had assists on each of their last 3 buckets.
The Bulls trail by 14. Pass to Murray. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Yeah, so tough to defend. Murray's smooth, and he's got size, and he's agile too.
You know, Stan, for a team with such a proud history, the last decade has been a tough one for the Bulls.
Yeah, Brian, it really has. They've had competitive teams, but they haven't won a full playoff series since 2014. And for such a dedicated and passionate fan base, that's been really difficult for them, let alone the front office and people that want to turn this thing around as quickly as they can. Well, Markkanen's one of the more efficient, high-volume three-point shooters in the league.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Outside Johnson. Pass to Billups. Inside. Here's Markkanen. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. On Robert Covington. And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
It's Lillard with the drive. And the dunk by Lillard.
The defense gets cut to shreds by Lillard on the drive. He's just so quick and agile.
Here's Billups. He's got 6. Here's Murray on the take. And it's Murray finishing it off.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high-percentage looks.
And so it's Indiana, a sizable 18-point lead at the end of the period. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Timeout, timeout.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
All right, folks. Once again,
The Bulls trail by 18. And here's Jordan. Pass to Lillard. Back to Jordan. Lets it go from deep. Knocks down the triple. Jordan's got 5.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Murray inside. And there's a bevy of young talent in the NBA right now. Who are you most excited to see grow into a star, Stan?
Well, what I'm really excited about, Brian, is to see which of these young talents becomes true stars, transformative guys. Certainly, Chet Holmgren and Wembanyama have already had this great rivalry. Scotty Barnes has become the next big point guard. We see Anthony Edwards, Paolo Banchero. There's a lot of guys that could be the guy, and it'll be fun to find out who actually develops into that play.
As the torch is passed, who's going to take the mantle? And slam dunk by Jordan.
Oh, excellent work in transition. Pushing the ball up the floor like that helps you find easier shots.
There's Jackson with the 3. Another 3 for Indiana.
Stretching the defense out from the corner. Nice work by Jackson Jr.
Jokic the screen. Kept alive.
Their first miss after hitting 3 straight shots, but I like their aggressiveness coming out of the half.
And Billups gets it to go.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
For 3, here's Lillard. Counted from distance. 10 points for him.
I love how tricky Dame can be. He uses a pull-up J to catch the defender totally off balance.
Outside Murray. Pass to Billups. Shot clock at 6. Jokic grabs the board. The Bulls trail by 16. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Lillard. Jordan with it. Back to Jokic. Oh, that's too easy for Jokic when he gets inside position.
It's almost too easy for Jokic inside. His size and soft touch make short work of the shot.
And coach, a 3-time league MVP, Nikola Jokic joining Moses Malone, Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson. What a list.
Yeah, that's not a bad list at all, Brian. But what stands out beyond Jokic's skill set is the consistency that he produces with every night.
And everybody around him instantly gets better when they play with Jokic.
They love playing with him.
Outside Garland. To the middle. Here's Jackson. The shot, no good. Good D by Covington. Bulls trail by 17. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey, Brian. Well, in today's high-scoring NBA, every position has to be a threat. All-star Donovan Mitchell said, we're getting away from the point guards who are just floor generals. It's passing and scoring that you're starting to see. And your level of scoring allows you to be a better playmaker. Teams have to respect that.
No doubt, Allie. Thank you. Here's Garland. And it's Indiana scoring again.
Slithery inside. Garland has that short area quickness.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Both teams making some changes here. 1:06 left in the third. Here's Jordan. Drives to the hoop.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Outside Garland. And it's Wiseman with the rebound. Bulls trail by 14. There's 38 seconds left to play in the third quarter of basketball. Outside Murray. Keegan for three.
They're having a good half offensively, shooting over 50% from the field now, trying to close the gap.
Here's Garland. Up and in on the layup. Garland's got 13.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Now Jordan. He's got 9. The rebound by Markkanen. Here's Billups. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Indiana Pacers in a good situation, up by 13.
42.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Pacers leading by 13. They kick it out to Murray. Smith outside. No good with the triple. And now the Bulls in transition. And Jokic throws it down.
The defense has had no answer for Nikola Jokic. He's getting whatever he wants out there.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Indiana.
Well, look, you have to be able to count on energy and effort every night, and they're showing a lot of it with their transition buckets.
Another big factor for them has been their ability to get points off of turnovers. The easiest offense is created by good defense.
Here's Billups. That one goes. Count it. Billups has got 5 points now this quarter.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
And the dunk by Lillard.
Yeah, Lillard is relentless on offense tonight, getting bucket after bucket for his team.
And Billups gets it to go. Billups has got 9 points here in the second half.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Picked by Covington. Outside Murray. Back to Jokic. Clock at 6. Over Jackson. And it's Jokic missing.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Well, quick reaction by Jackson Jr. He sees what's happening and gets out in transition to support the play.
And here's Jokic outside. Ooh, that high release of Jokic as he buries the three. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Billy Donovan was just reviewing the plan with his team. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And the basket by Jokic.
Assist from
Jokic has got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, something changed for him at halftime. He's been more solid on the offensive end.
Smith outside. Sends it home from three-point land. And the Pacers lead by 15.
Yeah, looking so comfortable out there on the perimeter. Smith has really invested in getting this shot dialed in.
Jokic the screen.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And he can't get that one. Ooh, excellent D there from Jackson. Indiana leading by 15. A minute 50 left in the final quarter. Murray drives in, launches it, and that's good. Jackson for three. Jackson's got 11 points here in the second half.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Pacers.
A pair of tremendous rebounding teams.
And these guys played a little harder tonight, and that was the edge they needed.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
Yeah, this is far from the last word in the season series. Still 3 more meetings between them and plenty of motivation to square things up.
Here's Murray. Sweet little floater.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback. Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
There's 37 seconds left in the game. And it's Coulibaly missing. And so here is Chicago. It's an 18-point game. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And I love the balance for Lillard between scoring and passing. That time finding his teammate for the great look.
And out of bounds, it'll be Chicago ball.
Yeah, he loses concentration just for a moment. Might be getting a little complacent sitting on this lead.
And Chicago has possession. And there's the screen. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Smith outside. And so Indiana takes this one by a big margin. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. With Hall. Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. This is Brian Anderson. Joining us from the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And it's going to be the Pacers off the tip. And we'll have a timeout here called by Rick Carlisle. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Here's Billups. Driving in. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's Leonard. Pass to Bryant. Clock at 6. The rebound by Jackson. And here are the Pacers now.
Well, so much can be said about Jaren Jackson Jr.'s versatility, but I'd like to praise his team-first mindset. If the dirty work needs doing, he's got it, as long as it helps his team get the win.
About a minute played here so far in the first. Pass to Leonard. Back to Paul. Screen by Leonard. To the middle. Oh, and Johnson with a block. Here's Billups. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Outside Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Now here's Leonard. Here's White. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Just a bit ago, Rick Carlisle and I were able to chat. To no one's surprise, their focus defensively is on containing Kawhi Leonard. Coach said Kawhi is a terrific decision maker and always manages to play the game at his pace, so we need to get into him, apply some pressure, and try to make him uncomfortable. History shows that will not be an easy task, B.A.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Paul. The Pacers making their last shot. Will it go? Yes, sir, and it's Bryant picking up the assist.
Chris Paul opportunistic on the inside in that instance.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Murray looking around. Here's Johnson. Oh!
And that's true unselfishness right there. Murray, outstanding feed to the open teammate.
And the Pacers started last season all offense, Grant, but even they knew that would not be sustainable.
Yeah, Coach Carlisle prodded them to at least get to average on the defensive end. And there's no question they have the tools to do it.
Offensive board. Here's Billups. They kick it out to Murray. Johnson on the wing. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Blazers trail by 8. Now here's Paul. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Chris Paul is such a natural facilitator. His ability to read angles and deliver the ball on time and on target is special.
Here's Billups. Pass to Jackson. Three-pointer off the mark. We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter here. Inside. Here's Allen. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Well, this guy has got tremendous length and hops. Jared Allen makes it easy.
Jackson, the screen. Lets it go from deep. Portland grabs the miss. Now Paul. Pass to Leonard. Let's go with a 3. Offensive rebound. And here's Bryant outside. That one no good. Pacers leading by 4. 23 seconds left in the first. Here's Billups. No good that time. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Leonard outside. Stolen by Jackson. On the wing, Murray. From deep, Johnson. And that does it for the first quarter. The Pacers out in front, up by 4. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Indiana?
The way they just continue to drive right at the defense, they've really been overwhelming them when they do this.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
We know Kawhi Leonard is a former Finals MVP. Jimmy Butler said, There are guys that are like, quote, I'm going to find the best way to win. In a 7-game series, I'm going to get the best of you in the end. Kawhi's definitely up there. Whatever he's got to do, he is going to find a way. And Brian Butler would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you know that. No question about his abilities. Leonard for 3. Allen on the wing. Oh, he tries a 3. Smith with the rebound.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
Bryant outside. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Indiana.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Pass to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
I mean, big-time finish from Jackson. He is a force out there.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Back at the history of the league, Doris, no position has evolved more than the center.
You know, B.A., that's a tremendous point because you look at some of the best players in the league, they occupy the 5 spot. They're asked to do so much. Defensively, protect the rim. Be able to switch out and guard smaller players on the perimeter. Now you're being asked to be able to make shots from 3. I mean, big man's got a lot of responsibility in today's game.
5 to shoot. And finished off by Kessler.
Wow, Kessler punishing the rim on that finish.
Garland with the ball. No points so far. Smith outside. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. And the Pacers lead by 9.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Now here's Craig. Pass to Kessler. And finished off by Kessler.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Here's Garland. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Henderson. Down low. Tipped. Stolen by Kessler. To the inside. And finished off by Kessler.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
So it's the Pacers now. Portland making their last shot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. They get it back. They kick it out to Murray. The 3. The Pacers again can't hit. Blazers trail by 5. Blockbuster trades have become more the norm here in the NBA, Grant. Just ask Portland in 2023.
Yeah, the Trailblazers were at the center of some big moves, but that's just how it's done now. Entire teams can be restructured in the process of a single transaction. Yeah, even though he's 6'2", Henderson is best attacking on the interior.
And Scoot Henderson picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
Timeout.
And it's Rick Carlisle calling timeout here. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Things just aren't going their way. He clearly wants to talk it over.
Well, night in and night out, sometimes it's a battle of runs. Who has the most?
Substitution on the court.
A minute 15 left in the first half of this game. Outside Garland. Pass to Markkanen. Shoots over White. And he gets it to go off the front iron. Markkanen's got his first points of the night.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
Here's Bryant. And then Bryant with the dunk.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. Now here's Markkanen. Kessler with a rebound.
Bad offense against bad defense. The play looked as ugly as you'd imagine.
Right side, White. Pass to Bryant. They set a pick. 6 on the shot clock. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Pass to Markkanen. And here's Garland. Fires the three. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Indiana ahead. They're up by 3. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Doris, so much improvement from Garland since coming into the league.
Oh, no doubt, Brian. This guy is now a do-it-all guard. You can play him at both the 1 and the 2 positions. The versatility that he possesses is such an important aspect in the league today.
Here's Billups. Drives to the hoop. And, yep, it's good. Billups has got 8.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Bryant. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And Doris, you think about the advantage for Jaron Allen with that 7'6" wingspan.
B.A., this guy is a massive presence in the paint. He's got length, he's got intellect, and he's got incredible anticipation and timing. The other thing is he can absolutely step out on the perimeter and keep a ball handler in front. He is a special defender.
One thing about the Pacers, Doris, they can flat out score the basketball.
It is incredible to me, B.A., how infrequently the ball sticks. They play fast, whether in transition or in the half court. They make defenses work.
Here's Leonard. Throw it down, Kawhi, off the drive.
As unassuming as he looks sometimes, Kawhi Leonard finishes with authority off the dribble.
Pass to Murray. It's Murray finishing it off.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Here's Billups. Give him 8. Picked by Murray. The 3. It's hauled in by Kobe. Portland leading. 3 on 3. Leonard for 3. Oh, Leonard laces it in from distance.
And Kawhi, if you look at the numbers, is a consistent three-point threat. And this guy is capable in the clutch. Contest those opportunities.
Pass to Billups. Good. 5 for 9 shooting so far.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Outside Paul. Bryant, left side, to the paint. Allen tries again. Beyond the arc. Indiana with a rebound. Murray with it. Now guarded by Bryant. Here's Billups. Drops in the layup for 2. And now just a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
They have no answer defensively inside.
There's a minute 54 left in the third quarter. Here's Bryant. The rebound by Jackson.
Just imagine if he was shooting better. The lead would be even bigger.
Here's Billups. Pass to Murray. The ball's knocked loose. And stolen by Paul. Here's Bryant. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Bilal Coulibaly. Portland shooting their third free throw shot of the game. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Here's Garland. And the layup is good off the glass. Garland's got his first points of the game.
Well, I like the toughness required on that finish by Darius Garland. Boy, oh boy, that was nice. The willingness to mix it up on the interior, so important.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And some changes here for Portland. And here's Henderson. Pass to Hero. From downtown. Hachimura with a rebound.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Markkanen for three. That's what he does. Lauri Markkanen.
Well, you can see this team depends on Markkanen to space the floor. Delivers with the range three there.
Here's Kessler. Out to Craig. Puts up a three. Counted from distance. Craig's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
Here's Henderson. After the basket by Indiana on the other end. Such a wide open look. And the Trailblazers lead by 3.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Garland with the ball. Picked up by Craig. Back to Garland. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Smith's got 5.
I doubt that's what they were looking for, but it works out.
It's good.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Portland ahead, up 3. And we're coming back in just a... 3 tense quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan.
Youth Girls Team.
Send it over to Allie LaForce.
During that break, Coach Chauncey Billups had some advice for the team. Coach had a direct message for the team saying no matter the lead, no NBA game is ever over. Do not let your guard down. We'll see if they hold on.
Thanks for that, Allie.
This has been the story of the game, a battle fought on offense.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
It's rebounded by Indiana. Murray with it. And it's Paul picking him up. Ooh, stolen by Allen. Oh, they get a hand on it. Ooh, stolen by Smith. And here comes the break. Lays it up and banks it in. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
Portland making a switch here. And it's Paul with the ball for the Trailblazers. They trail by 1. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. That'll be the first of 2 games on their home court. Now here's Bryant. Pass to Leonard. Allen with it. Hey, expanding his range. And it's Coulibaly with a rebound.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Here's Billups. The rebound by Allen. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Outside Paul. Pass to Bryant. Three-pointer. Indiana with a rebound. Here's Billups. Jackson outside. Out to the right wing. Here's Coulibaly. And the three-pointer goes. Now it's a 4-point Pacer lead.
I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
Pass to Leonard. Allen a screen. And he lobs it up to the rim. Ooh, stolen by Murray. In transition, here come the Pacers. That one's good for 2. Billups has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Allen a screen. Down low. And it's Allen who slams it home.
When you need one bad, go to a high percentage shooter, and Allen is that guy.
Jackson outside. To the inside. Murray. And Chris Paul clears it away. Blazers trail by 4. Inside. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Just a big man playing big. No way to stop him.
Here's Billups. Pass to Smith. Launches a 3. He buries it from 3. And the Pacers lead by 5.
This is huge for Smith's overall growth. Now, he wants to be a knockdown scorer in big-time spots.
Leonard, right side. To the middle. Here's White. Oh, through contact. White gets the finish.
That is impressive stuff from Derek White. Defender in his grill, no problem.
Here's Billups. The rebound by Allen. Blazers trail by 3. Bryant outside. And there's a pick. To the inside. White. Money.
Big time shot, sending his teammates into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
Smith outside. Pass to Billups. And it's in.
And you can see Smith has the vision. Now, it'll be interesting to watch that part of his game continue to develop.
Now Paul. Bryant outside. And he sinks it. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings him within 1. Here's Billups. It's all come down to this. One critical possession.
And B.A., you can feel the intensity in this arena.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
Yeah, what composure from Jackson Jr. Not allowing the pressure of the moment to get to him.
Paul with it. Pass to Leonard. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. Turning here to our analyst, what elements become the primary keys at this point?
They should have a play prepared for this scenario. Little time, you need a three. Of course, the D will be guarding the line, but no one said it was going to be easy.
Checking in for the Pacers, number 1, Jalen Johnson.
On the wing, Bryant. This would tie it. And so it's the Pacers who come out on top here. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.